I'm sorry, I saw Die Ranger. I just had to sing it.
That the DVD set that you bought is actually from Shout Factory. If you didn't know, that's
I
one
didn't
of
know
their
that.
things.
We're
Yeah.
back.
I got that from Puerto Rico. Like I
Oh,
just
geez, you bought
stumbled
it in
upon.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it was just a random store that had a bunch of pop culture things, and
Nice.
there was two DVD boxes of Die Ranger and whatever Turbo was. Like
Ah,
I chose Die because it had the White Ranger, and that was one of my favorite White Rangers. So
yep.
I picked that one, and I'm glad I did.
I am sorry, people. We had a little mess up. I'm still
Are we
learning.
back now?
Yeah, we're back now. We've been back.
We're back in the new
Anyway.
copyright.
Isaac, where do you put Moon Knight?
It's in my top 5. Strong case for my top 3. Yeah.
What's the first two?
Captain America and or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, it's technically called Captain America and the Winter Soldier by the end of it, but that, and then oh well, It looks like I just did it. It's Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, and then Loki.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Well then, let's move right along to the Nicolas Cage movie. Isaac, I know about the movie and everything. The unbearable weight of massive talent. I know Nick is like playing a caricature of himself. It's like what the internet perceives him. And one of the reasons why he didn't even want to be in the movie was because he thought he was being made fun of, but apparently it's not.
No, it's definitely it's a celebration of Nick Cage as an actor. I mean, he's got a good number of of bad movies under his belt, but he's also got some really good ones as well. So this movie was definitely just about Nick Cage as, frankly, an icon at this point. I don't think I'm overstepping by calling him an icon. I feel like he is one. He's playing himself, and it's all about, he meets this guy who's also an extreme fan of his, who wants to make a movie starring Nick Cage. So it's about Nick Cage, like, trying to stop himself from being a washed up actor. But it's also that thing where, like, you know how you see a movie and you see some big name actor and the movie seems like it's beneath them, and it definitely looks like this actor like phoned it in for this role. It's about Nick Cage not doing that. He doesn't want to do that, so he's not like grasping at any roles that come towards him. But it turned out to be really funny. I really enjoyed it. It was wild. It was the most Nick Cage movie I have ever seen in my life, which I guess makes sense because that's what it was supposed to be. So, it did what it was supposed to. There's this one part though. I don't think this is a spoiler or anything. There's this one part where the two of them are tripping on acid and they go on a car ride. And it's so funny because they're sitting in the car, and I swear they're tripping hard because they're sitting in the car and they just look at each other, and they have like that big wide grin with the mouth open, and they're just like, hey, like running, and they get paranoid because they see these two guys everywhere they go. They see these two guys sitting down and like just talking, so they get paranoid about these two guys and go on this huge chase but it's a chase where nobody is actually chasing after them. They're just so insanely paranoid because of the drugs that they think somebody's chasing after them. And it gets really intense, but you realize there's nobody coming after them. So it's really funny. I enjoyed it though. It was great.
Okay. Well, would you recommend it?
If you like Nick Cage, yeah. If you've liked at least one of Nick Cage's movies, you should go see it. Somehow they didn't reference Ghost Rider in it, and I was kind of bummed out by that, but that's okay.
Kind of a blessing.
Out of 10, what are you giving this?
I'd give it an 8. A very strong 8, yeah.
Alright. Let's go into everywhere, anywhere, all at once. Wait, before I go into that, chat, have you seen the Nick Cage movie? If you have, say something in the chat. I'm sorry, we did go. We probably lost some people. we did go off the grid for a second. I think.
See, this all happened when Jimmy jumped in.
I know. He effed up everything.
Fucked everything up.
It says we're live again.
Chica. Oh.
Says we're still live. I think we're good. Were you as confused as I was in this movie, Isaac?
Yes. Yeah. I think I got it by the end, but I was really confused.
Yeah, I was hella confused, man. Hella.
I will say this was probably one of the only movies where like I was okay with being confused because I really ended up liking the movie. It was just one of those things where I was like watching it and trying to remember that one part. The one part where like I think when Evelyn was going through like all of her multiverse selves started to become one, so they started flashing across the screen in like rapid succession, and I was just like, I don't understand what's happening. I feel like I'm going to have a stroke after watching this. But it was definitely, that's a fun movie. I mean, as emotional as it gets towards the end, it's still a fun movie. Definitely the best part is
the fighting.
Rakakuni. Well, yeah, the fighting and Rakakuni is fantastically funny. The fighting is great though. Are we getting into spoilers?
No, we'll try to keep it spoiler free.
Okay.
We'll probably
Because I don't want to talk about the.
There's some crazy stuff that happens in this movie.
Man.
If you like, it's like multiverse type things. The premise of this movie is, it's like the one meets.
Oh my god.
Infinity War, I guess.
Yeah, kinda.
I don't know. It's about Michelle Yeoh. She's the one that's in this movie. She's the star role. She's really good in here too. But she is a everyday wife, and like family things is happening. But from out of nowhere, she gets a visit from her husband, but he's from a different dimension, and basically the universe is about to be destroyed or implode or something like that, and she has to go into her other selves from different dimensions. She gets their skills and everything like that, and she has to save the universe basically. while trying to be a mom and keep her family together and all that stuff.
It sounds convoluted, but it's done really well, in my opinion.
It is. The choreograph, the fighting in here is ridiculous, and some of the whirls are crazy too.
But yeah, like hot dog fingers.
Yeah. A
Hold up.
world where everybody got hot dog fingers. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
And they don't accidentally eat them, or they don't like.
No, it's just they have they have hot dogs for fingers, and life is normal. They just have hot dogs for fingers.
Yeah, it is. It is wild, man. It is, like I said, it's wild.
Okay.
And there's a certain point towards like, I think it's like in the third act or so, where they ramp up the emotion in the movie, and like that emotion hits really hard. It had me crying. Well, I mean, it's easy to make me cry during a movie, but that's another story. The husband in particular, which he played in The Goonies, and he was also Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I heard about that. That was like his first time acting after, like,
because he retired.
I don't know how many years. He retired when he was a kid.
And he killed it, bro. I could not believe. And he's like, he did a lot of his own stunts, so he's like apparently he knows martial arts. I didn't know that was the thing until I saw this movie. He kicked ass with a fanny pack. I've never seen a fanny pack so terrifying in my life. He demolished people in this movie. It was fantastic.
More martial arts movies with fanny packs. That could be Kung Fu Hustle too.
Oh, but don't get my hopes up, because we got. Oh yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, good transition. Good transition.
For those who are Kung Fu Hustle fans, Kung Fu Hustle has officially got announced that there's a second one coming out, or it's in production right now. And I didn't think Kung Fu Hustle would have got a sequel. I mean,
no.
How old is Kung Fu Hustle?
Didn't it come out in the mid 2000s? Sometime around that. I don't know.
2004.
Yep. Yeah. Shit.
Sheesh.
And now, 18 years later, we get told that we're getting a sequel.
Well,
I'm excited, man.
We know the Asian people, they don't age like normal. They drink.
Yeah.
They drink the blood of babies. That's why they look so young.
Why'd you make that so dark? Jeez.
What is that? Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember almost nothing about Kung Fu Hustle. The first one. All I remember was there was a gang of axe-wielding thugs, and that old lady with the cigarette who ran like Sonic.
Yep.
Who ran like... It was a fever dream. Like, I ain't seen Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer was a fever dream that never escaped my mind, but it's still such a haze.
Those movies are so good.
I need to rewatch those. Like, for real. I am
going to have to rewatch.
But I'm afraid because of how, like, sophisticated my tastes are. Not really. But
oh, Jesus.
But if I watch it again, I'd be like, my brain is hurting. This looks so cool, but my brain is hurting.
Well, look, we can watch it together.
Yeah,
that's when it's the most fun.
Let's be stupid together. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Moving right along. I know we're going through a lot of it, just movie reviews and whatnot. Like the next movie, let's talk about the Doctor Strange 2 reviews. Like a lot of people are hyping this movie up. They hyping this up, man. At least the critics, the people who got to see it early. Speaking of which, when are you guys going to see the movie?
Tomorrow.
12. Oh, Tim. Yeah. Me, I'm gonna see it Saturday, 12:30.
12:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth Soprano says it's like Napoleon Dynamite. It gets funnier the more people you have watching with you.
Exactly.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Yes.
I think the first time we watched it, it was with both of us watching it together. That was the first time I watched it. Isaac was there, and now we need to watch it again.
Yeah, we
I
definitely
think
need to watch
so
it again.
because I think I remember you coming over. You brought the movie. You brought Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle. I don't know if it was the same day or two separate occasions, but I remember watching those two together with you. And I was like, what the hell is happening? This is so dope.
Shaolin Soccer is still funny too. Oh my god. Jesus.
I still remember that scene where like the whole ideology that everybody should learn like kung fu or something, and that scene where like a bus is driving by and like a bunch of businessmen are just like they're parkour on top of it, and I'm like, holy shit, that was dope.
That was
that
so
what Japan?
cool.
It was like my image of Japan at that age.
Jeez.
Or not Japan.
China.
China.
Yeah, China or whatever, wherever that was.
I wonder what that would look like. I'm not trying to. We're not trying to go on a tangent, but I wonder what that would look like as a reboot. Do you think Shaolin Soccer should be rebooted or remade?
Yes.
You think America?
That's easier.
You think America?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, if it's a
if America does it, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know.
They will take the chance to fuck it up.
If the guys who made Everything Everywhere All at Once worked on it, but they also bring back Stephen Chow and a good number of the people who worked on Shaolin Soccer, I feel like it could work. But I'm afraid of stuff like that because like the American remake of Old Boy, and they're talking about remaking The Raid. I was like, oh no, please don't do that. I don't want to see shaky cam during my crazy soccer game.
Oh man. But yeah, Doctor Strange. Back to Doctor Strange. The critics have said the movie's great. There's a lot of cameos. Apparently, I don't know how much people. We're not gonna spoil it.
We leave it here.
I've seen some spoilers, but and I'm probably gonna go see it Saturday because Saturday is also free comic book day, so I might see it Saturday. But and I keep hearing praise about Wanda. Elizabeth Olsen, her portrayal of Wanda is excellent. That's what I hear. That's what I keep hearing. And then America Chavez, the chick who played her, is really good at it too. Good in the movie too.
What is her superhero name again? What is she?
Miss America. Miss America, I think her name was.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. It's Miss America. I know her name is America Chavez, or they just call her America.
All right. I guess we'll see. Cool. It's funny because I was looking up a thing the other day. Well, you'll enjoy this because I was looking through my feed of random like nerd news that I have on my phone, and a thing popped up about Doctor Strange but the article was entitled Marvel versus Capcom. So I'm like, okay, I swear to God, if, if
All
I'm
I
gonna take you
am
for a ride
saying,
is in there.
all I'm saying, this movie, if this movie does not have Shimogorath descending from the heavens and
With
I'm gonna
that
take you
song.
for a ride, does not play, this movie is trash. 1 star for me.
Oh man, I should have never said that.
If
I
Shimogorath does not descend from the heavens, it is
I want it
1
just as
star.
much as you do. Well, but I'm excited for this movie. This movie looks genuinely fun. I'm liking the more multiverse movies we get now. I mean, we got multiverse movies a long time ago, but
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the more that come out nowadays, especially ones that have like fresh blood in it. This is still Marvel universe, so we're kind of. I mean, I won't say we're getting used to the multiverse thing, but it's starting to become a mainstay type deal with the movies and the shows and everything. But then you got movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it's getting fun, and it definitely makes me want to go watch the One. As cheesy as that movie is.
I still like that ending, though.
Chat, are you going
Oh
to
yeah.
see are you going to see Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness? If you are, say something in the chat and tell me the day and time you're going to go see it, or if you're hyped to go see it. While we're still in Marvel, one of the biggest topics, E-Man Reviews, I think that's the YouTube name, channel.
Mhm.
He's the one who coined this hashtag recast T'Challa, and
Right.
And he put out a recent video because there was apparently a CinemaCon. There's a con for movies and all that junk, and they were doing a lot of announcements. They announced a lot, and you saw like maybe you saw maybe like I don't know 2-3 seconds of footage from Black Panther 2. And
Right.
what the way he is getting at is like he doesn't want them to like quote unquote celebrate Chadwick Boseman's death because they killed them. They killed Black Panther in general, T'Challa, twice, quote unquote, and then this will be like the 3rd time, figuratively, they're killing them all. But I personally don't think the movement. I think you should wait. I don't think you need to recast them right away because like I think Disney and Marvel was respecting that man's legacy and everything, even though he played the character short lived, but he was, and in many people's eyes, he's gonna be Chadwick's gonna be T'Challa, and no matter who they cast. I don't think they need to because there's a couple of stories where T'Challa is not the main person. He isn't Black Panther at the time, and what they should have did because they shot themselves in the foot. They should have just made Killmonger kept him alive. That way he could have been the new Black Panther. But I don't know. How do y'all two feel about this? Isaac, we'll get with you first.
Well, the main thing is the thing I did not want them to do was to keep Chadwick Boseman in the movies and just CGI him the whole time because that feels weird and gross. Even though like they do that for some characters, like it can be done tastefully. Like in Ghostbusters at the end of Afterlife, a fantastic way to do it, right? I didn't want them to do like I didn't want to have to go through the next Black Panther movie looking at CGI Chadwick Boseman the entire time because that would just that would feel weird. And like you were saying, there's other storylines where T'Challa is not present for most of it. where it focuses on other characters. And I don't think that's a bad idea, because there are plenty of other characters in Wakanda that deserve the spotlight as well, just as much as T'Challa. Um, as for recasting him, I think the easiest way they could do that, since they're doing the multiverse thing, is you just have somebody else as T'Challa from another universe, but it's somebody else. That's literally the easiest way you do it.
Yeah, that would explain why he looks different.
Why he looks
Why
different.
it looks
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
But I mean, there was other recastings in the Marvel universe, and not many people batted an eye. Like, for instance, Terrence Howard.
Yep.
He was Rhodey, and then Edward Norton was Bruce Banner. So
Yep.
I mean, I get where E-Man is coming from, and I understand, but I feel like it's too soon. In all honesty, just let that man rest. Wait later down the road, then get a new Black Panther. You got Shuri; she's just as good. You also got M'Baku too. Like,
Yeah.
Baku. I love that guy.
But they got easy ways to explain it, quote unquote. JR, how do you feel about this? Do you think they should recast T'Challa?
Later down the line, they probably should, because like you guys said, CGI Chadwick Boseman, that would not look good at all. Like, not only would it be not in good taste, but there are multiple times where that they've done like CGI face on another actor, and sometimes they don't look good, or it's noticeable that that's not him. That would be all that you're thinking about if you would see him in another movie and it's a CGI face. So it would be super distracting and in poor taste. So yeah, it would be simple just to recast him, or at least make it so that you don't see his face when he's wearing the Black Panther suit. Like, he could be like Isaac said, that there's like stories where they involve the other characters more than T'Challa himself. He could still show up, just have him wear like the Black Panther suit on, and have like an impersonator, do that, and it would be like kind of a postponement in the recasting, I would say, just to make it a little easier down the line. That's how I feel.
All right. What do you guys in the chat think? What do you guys think in the chat? I'm looking at the chat right now. For Soprano says they actually recast Jonathan David Washington. John Dave Washington would be awesome, and it would be appropriate because Denzel was Chadwick mentor. Those who don't know who John Washington is Denzel Washington's son.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard that guy's name thrown around a couple of times too, to be the new T'Challa. I just think it should just be Michael B. Jordan. You can easily just get him from another universe. Well, even with What If. Speaking of which, that's like required viewing, that and WandaVision. Because if you did not see WandaVision or the What If, at least those 2 episodes that mattered, there's some stuff that happened in Doctor Strange from what I heard. You're going to be confused. You are. So if you didn't watch any of those shows, and seeing how Marvel was like, yeah, it's not required to watch them. You lied, Marvel. You lied.
You need to watch everything.
Well, I don't know, man. I personally feel like they should wait and just let Shuri be Black Panther. for a couple of movies. I also know, the actor who plays Shuri got into some troubles and junk. So she might not even be Black Panther, but I don't know. It is a touchy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also matters because like representation matters too. So like, but I mean we got Anthony Mackie, the Falcon, as Captain America. So I mean we got that. They still got a black.
That's a start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a fantastic job. So
Yeah.
You did great, Walt.
I hate so much.
Oh, sorry.
I hate
Did you keep the shield?
so much. So very, very much. So for any new viewer, there's a running gag. Man, let me back up before I even say that. Me and Isaac did a Dragon Ball podcast last week with with Ginyu Talk. It went well and everything. After the podcast, after we got done and everything, we chatted it up a little bit, and I had to ask because these was random strangers. And chat, you can say something too, but these was random people. They don't know me, so they already know. It'd be different if I know somebody. They know me and they know how I react to it. But I asked them if they were familiar with Anthony Mackie, which they said, yeah, Falcon. And I asked them, do I look like Anthony Mackie? And they all just, they looked and cocked their heads. It was like, that's who you look like, man. Like the whole time, I was trying to figure out, who do you look like?
You activated your own trap card.
And I was like, well, we not going back on this podcast anymore.
Man, I swear, y'all should have seen it too. Because he was like, are y'all familiar with Anthony Mackie? The Falcon. And they were like, yeah. And then before Walt even got to ask the question, they were like, wait a minute. And I was like, yep, see, I told you.
In the chat,
so it's not a running gag anymore. It's fact at this point.
Fact.
It's not fact.
You're a clown.
It is.
In the
The
chat,
jackal got a hold of you.
Does me, Shin the Hero, look like Anthony Mackie? Do I look like Anthony Mackie? Someone please tell these fools I don't. Don't be racist. Don't be like all black people look alike. Don't be that guy. Don't do it.
Turn your head to the side just a little bit. Close your mouth and smile. Give them that sly smile.
And then the thing about it is they one of them was like, hey, just say this, because they was like, apparently I sound like him too, and I was like, man, no, I don't. But he was like, just say this. You're way out of line, but he's right.
He's not lying, but he's white.
Thank you, Soprano. Thank you. They down in the chat. They said, you do not look like Anthony Mackie. Thank you. Thank you.
Lying.
She's being polite.
Yeah, she's being polite.
Yeah.
I hate y'all so much.
I think that calls for another glass of Kool-Aid.
I hate y'all so much. Anyway, that's one of those. That was just one of the things. We'll move on to IGN's top 5. It says top 10, but they don't have 10 on there. And every time I try to click on the link, every time I try to click on the link that Isaac sent, it doesn't like go to it doesn't go to the website. It goes to this like thing like for your phone, and you gotta scroll over and it shows. But there's not
it's a story type thing.
It's not it's not 10 though.
Well, it's not a good list either, so.
Yeah, we finna get into that. So I just popped it up for those who don't know. IGN, we like fighting games here. We're real big in the fighting games, and IGN posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 fighting games, and these are apparently the best fighting games of all time prior to IGN. So you got the first one, Street Fighter 4. I don't know about that. Next up, you got Tekken 7. Then you have Super Smash Brothers Melee. Then we got Injustice 2. Mortal Kombat 11. And Soul Calibur 6. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2. How do you feel about this, Isaac?
I think Mortal Kombat X is a better game than 11, in my opinion.
Oh, don't let
That's just me.
Do not let Doom hear you say that.
I honestly think X is a way better game. Well, and it might just be like personal because I like faster fighting games. I like stuff like somehow Dragon Ball Fighters is not on this list, and it baffles me.
It's the
But
best game of all time, though, man.
Yeah,
I know there's some
Fighters is
recent,
fantastic.
I know there are some recent games on here. Like the oldest game I think is on here is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Everything else came out within and Melee or Melee. Like everything else came out maybe in Street Fighter 4. Which I think Street Fighter 5 is better than 4 in my opinion.
See, Street Fighter 5 might be better than 4 mechanically, but it left a bad taste in my mouth. We can have a whole separate like hour video of me just talking about that shit, but you know. Yeah, like I don't know if I would. I guess Injustice 2 is okay on there.
It's just freaking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But this time it's with DC heroes. With DC
Excuse
Universe.
Me. Guilty Gear Xrd should have been on there. Like Rev 2 should have been on there.
I don't know, man, because that's not newbie free or friendly.
It is. It's got a very in-depth tutorial system.
I don't know, man. It's just what 7? Because they put 7. What 7 are the best of all time to you, Isaac?
Tekken 5. Because Tekken 5 is actually my favorite of the whole series. Mortal Kombat X. This is in no specific order. Dragon Ball Fighters. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm good with keeping 2 on there. I don't really have any opinion on Smash Brothers because I don't really play Smash Brothers that often. Guilty Gear Rev 2. Where am I at? 4?
5.
Okay. Godzilla Save the Earth.
Hey now.
I'll make a strong case that that's a really good fighting game. I really like. Would you consider Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 as a fighting game?
It is a.
I know it's an arena fighter, but you know,
fighting game, quote unquote.
I put that one on there too. And then
you got one more.
What's the last one? 'Cause I think I hit all my favorites. I think I would stay with Street Fighter 4, but I would put Ultra Street Fighter 4 with the Omega mode in it because Omega had some wild stuff, like Ken shooting fireballs with his feet instead of his hands. That game was wild.
Which game?
And it was Ultra Street Fighter 4. There was like an extra added, like, you know how some characters as they released versions of the game. It was Street Fighter 4, then Super, then Arcade Edition, and then they did Ultra. Ultra had a thing in it where you could pick Omega Street Fighter 4 for some characters, and that gave them an even crazier moveset. And it was stuff like Ken could shoot fireballs out of his feet instead of like this, and he could do it in the air. So it was like Akuma's air fireball. It was crazy. It was some wild stuff. But that's like, I remember Street Fighter 4 or Ultra in particular was like some of the most fun I had with a fighting game, because I had a few friends who also played it, so we would get together and play that. But I think all of the ones that I have on my list, all have some sort of, I wouldn't say nostalgia with it, but it's like I have memories of learning and playing all of them with somebody. So, oh man, I should have put Mega Man the Power Fighters on there.
Oh my god.
Mega Man the Power Fighters, I don't care what anybody says. That game is fun. Me and JR burned through that game at the arcade. It was great.
Oh yeah, shit.
My 7 fighters would be in no real order or anything like that. It'd definitely be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Then SNK versus Capcom 2, Mark of the Millennium 2001. Then Dragon Ball Budokai 3. We got Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Okay.
What else? I'm at 4. Man, there's so many like decent fighting games. I just remember playing so many. That was like half my childhood playing fighting games. What was that game called with the Final Fantasy characters in it?
Dissidia?
No.
Hmm.
They got like the God Hand is in it. It's like it was on PlayStation 2.
Urgaze?
Yeah,
Urgaze? Yeah.
Urgaze and Soul Calibur 4. No, not 4, 3.
Sure.
Is 3 the one where you had that mode, that adventure mode, where you had got to be able to create a character? You just go in. It was like an RPG.
Yeah.
Too? Yeah.
I remember that one.
I really just like it because of that. But yeah, those are my.
That's a good list.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like again, it's crazy. We are running out of time and all that junk because I think we've been combined. Besides the little snafu, again, I'm sorry. We got this little snafu going on. I don't know about Streamlabs sometimes. Because it was bothering the hell of me earlier. We're gonna go ahead and do One Gotta Go, the One Gotta Go segment, and then we will call it wraps. So I am going to post One Gotta Go for the guys so they can see only one. It's not one gotta go, but like the thing is you gotta pick one out of these 9 shows. And I'll show you, wonderful, beautiful listener, you, out of the 9 shows that was here, which one would you keep? For those who are just listening, we have Batman the Animated Series, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Spectacular Spider-Man, the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Avatar The Last Airbender, Steven Universe, The Clone Wars, Gravity Falls, and Affinity Train.
This sucks.
So, we will go with Isaac first. You gotta pick one. Everything else is deleted from history.
I know. Sadly, it was really easy, but that still hurts.
Oh, what was it?
You tell me I have to get rid of Batman and Spider-Man and everything
Yup.
to keep Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I'm keeping Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I don't care.
Oh my
I honestly,
God.
that's an easy choice for me.
Wow.
Damn.
All these
I
great,
have to keep Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
all these great shows, and you picked the trash one. All right, Jr.
Clone Wars. I just get a lot of mileage out of that.
Yep.
More than the others.
Oh,
So.
man. You lose Avatar.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
lose Steven Universe.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You
those
lose
Gravity
Batman
Falls.
the animated series.
You started whispering that
You started whispering.
You lose Batman the animated series.
You lose the Ninja Turtles.
Chat,
Gravity Falls.
chat. I'm gonna pop this back up one more time for those viewers. What are you keeping? You only can keep one, chat. Only one. What are you keeping? If you've seen any of these shows or haven't seen any of these shows, say something also in the chat. I guess, or say something down in the comments below. Which one you're gonna keep? Has someone in the chat also now said, how am I supposed to choose between Batman, Clone Wars, and Avatar?
You can't.
You can't. You can only take one. You can only have one. That's it.
You have to choose. You must choose.
I am the Bendu.
Next week we'll be doing a special live show. We will be talking about Doctor Strange and spoiling it up. We will be talking about that. That'll be the good chunk of the thing. And the other half, some people don't know. Well, at least you wonderful people listening. I like trivia. And I said I wasn't gonna do this again, but since we're doing live shows and everything, maybe, just maybe, we can. And Noah's not here because he don't have to piss me off.
He's a sore winner.
Maybe
He's a sore
we can
winner and
do
loser.
this. We will probably do some trivia things next week. Hopefully Jimmy shows up next week. That'll be way better. Other than all of that, we'd like to thank you for joining us out here again. Sorry for the messed up with the stream and all that junk. But we appreciate you just sitting here, listening to us talk. I love engaging with the chat and all that jazz. And drop the video, give it a like, and subscribe if you just came through here. That'd be great. That'd be very helpful. And as we always say, show your attitude, you wonderful, beautiful nerd. Deuces.
I am the Bendu.
I knew you would appreciate that.
Oh my God, Noah.